What's going on, chat? Y'all know there's always something going on in the world. Your boy Gunplay and Rick Ross going at it right now. I guess Gunplay feel like Rose supposed to be his boy, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be his brother. And he ain't been getting no help with his music, no budgets, nothing like that, so he feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross, on the other hand, saying he did everything in his power for you, but the labels just didn't want you no more, brother. Akademiks gonna explain it way better than I can. Let's get into it.
Gunplay, who accused him of essentially kind of giving up on him, not really putting all the resources behind him and, really leaving him for dead. And Rick Ross kind of responded to that before, but also it looks like he's back and he's responding again. So Rick Ross, while in the pool, responded to Gunplay and all his accusations by saying this.
And not laughing at my little bro situation, because I got nothing but love for him, but the situation you talking about, what saying wasn't no budgets or nothing like that, the distributor had done dropped you. They ain't want nothing to do with you. MMG just ain't give you the bad news. We told you just keep working, just keep grinding. Don't stop, don't quit. Yeah, that's how it goes. When they don't want to spend no money on you, ain't no more budgets. You ain't have a manager or none of that. So they ain't tell you. And I ain't want to break your heart. I want you to keep hustling.
Now, what Ross is saying here is like really true, but it's a sad reality. But one of the reasons people say don't sign to a rapper, not that anything Ross is doing is the problem, is that this idea of you signing to Ross, you kind of start matching your career to the success overall of the label and Ross's career. That's a real thing that happens. When you sign to a production company, the production company doesn't put no money up. Their job is just to produce the content, right? So they're waiting on the budget from Def Jam or Atlantic. Well, in these quarterly board meetings, they're going to be like, all right, so we signed Gunplay through MMG. Here's what we're going to do. We looked at his numbers for the last 6 months. All his numbers are going down. We've been giving you $250,000 every quarter to be the budget for him. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We are not going to work. We don't want to keep, continuing to finance that. We're going to drop that one portion of our deal with you, and we want to continue in these other things. Or it might be a JV for the whole label. It might be like, hey, listen, we're approving budgets, but the budgets should be allocated as this. And for whatever reason, the distributor, Def Jam or Atlantic or whoever, they have the right to pick who gets the budget. So they're like, hey, we're not going to keep giving you budget for this guy that's not giving us revenue back. We're going to take his budget and move it over there. I think people fell in love with Gunplay because like these days when I see people arguing logic, I'm like, I don't care. Like, business doesn't care about your feelings. So the facts is the facts. If Def Jam or whoever did that, it's because they ain't seen the money. You're not going to just keep dumping money and keep financing something that doesn't make you money. And that's the problem. So, obviously Rick Ross is kind of saying it in an insensitive way where a label would kind of like, oh, hey, no, we're releasing you or whatever. I think Ross and them probably didn't tell him because oftentimes the production company, because they don't do too much other than collect the checks and cut the checks, they try to be an insulator for the artist that deals with the label. So when the label says, hey, we don't want to do that anymore, you try to leverage the current artist to make that person hot again, that the label got to start doing it again. So you might not tell them the truth, right? And what Rick Ross is saying is true. He says you didn't have a manager. That's a manager's job. Someone's going to tell the manager the truth. Yo, your artist is not making us money. This is a deal. Da 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 da. The artist isn't supposed to go back. The manager is not supposed to go back to the artist, right? And say everything like that. Or listen, let's bring it back to something simpler. Yo, the artist says, yo, I want a Rolling Loud coming up. Tell them niggas I want 200,000. Rolling Loud tells the manager, yo, bro, your artist isn't hot. We'll only offer him 25,000. We're not giving him 200,000. The manager's not gonna go to his artist and deflate him and probably fuck up his mentality by saying, bro, you're not hot. You're a has-been. This is all you're worth. He's gonna take that wording and give it a different way to console usually these egomaniacs known as rappers' egos. So Ross kind of the same thing. Bro, I could have told you the distributor didn't want to fuck with your career. It's not me. And that's why I said homeboy stuff never works good, because you know what Gunplay's going to say? Yeah, but fuck the distributor. I thought you were my mans. You're my mans.
I always say you one record from being on top. And while I got all you niggas in group texts like bitches, cause you know, Rose always get the word. And not laughing at my little bro situation. Y'all plugging in South Beach Brew. This is Ricky Rose, new beer company from right here, South Beach. It's right here. Right here. It only makes sense. This shit is...
Chat, let me tell you this. You'd be surprised how much a good manager, a good agent protects the feelings of a rapper or anybody that they've signed. You're going through a negotiation. It might be like, oh, okay. Say they're shopping around my name. Okay, anybody want to do a podcast deal with Akademiks? There could be two people that's Akademiks. Oh, hell no. Women hate that nigga. We're good. They're not going to come back to me and tell me that, because it's going to deflate your ego. That's how it goes. They're going to take that info and be like, all right, we're going to just say they just passed. They probably have a lot going on anyway. You're not going to go back to the motherfucking artist and tell them exactly why niggas dropped you or niggas don't want to do a deal with you. Like, you have to protect the psyche of the client. That's just usually how it goes. And for the people who are like, nah, but Raw should have did, all right, you're just delusional. That really happens a lot.
So there y'all go, chat. Put it in the comments section and let me know how y'all feel about this. Is Gunplay right for feeling how he feel? Or is Rick Ross right for telling it like how it is? Y'all let me know.